Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin bounced over 20% the past couple days. Is this a dead cat bounce, or do we have to look forward to the continuation of the bull market, plus surprising evidence of a conspiracy by the government to take down Bitcoin? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we are talking about the recent Bitcoin and cryptocurrency bounce. Do we have renewed faith in the markets, or is this just a dead cat bounce on the way down? Plus, a shocking conspiracy by the government to take down Bitcoin. Before we get into that, guys, head on over to Twitter at the Crypto Love. Join us there, where every week we give away one of these sweet shirts. Market goes up, down, sideways, or otherwise. Plus, like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Now, what is going on with Bitcoin today? Well, following news by El Salvador to use Bitcoin as legal tender to build volcano-powered crypto miners, Bitcoin prices bounced almost 20% from a low of around $31,000 all the way up to a recent high of about $37,600. Now, Bitcoin is actually walking a very, very fine line. As you can see here, there's this dotted wedge that Bitcoin is pretty much sitting in. It dropped out a little bit low. It wicked below there a little bit. But we haven't broken above that wedge just yet. And as a matter of fact, the bottom side of that wedge, if we zoom out quite a bit, we can see that bottom edge started way back in March with the COVID crash. It was felt again for support back in October, and right now, that is the current support that we have. If Bitcoin breaks below that, that could be very, very bad for Bitcoin, not to mention that would be completing this head and shoulders. So we do need to watch out for that. But other people are being a lot more optimistic with Bitcoin being legal tender in El Salvador. All these companies having to accept Bitcoin now. Is this really what's going to break Bitcoin into the stratosphere? And we'll have to see, because so far, this is a lower high. We haven't broken that previous high. We would have to break at least, well, right now, $38,000. Meanwhile, going much, much higher before I would think anything as a continuation of this bull market. Now, right now, though, there is a conspiracy by the government to take down Bitcoin. We just a couple days ago had Trump saying that Bitcoin's a scam against the dollar. They can't print any more of them. It's a scam that needs to be very highly regulated. But also, 2 hacks recently were paid in Bitcoin. Now, this is curious, okay? Because everybody knows Bitcoin is not private. It's built on blockchain. It's fundamentally not private. It's actually pretty much worse than using dollars, aside from the fact that you can send it across the world, but everybody can trace it. Edward Snowden, this article is from years ago, but Edward Snowden says that Zcash is the best privacy-focused coin, and you can get Zcash on Coinbase. So why on earth would these hackers use Bitcoin? It doesn't make sense unless it's a government conspiracy to bring down the good name of Bitcoin and to heavily regulate it. Now, if we go into the story here as to what's going on, JBS Holdings, Inc. recently paid $11 million ransom in Bitcoin to cyber criminals. Again, why are cyber criminals using Bitcoin? It doesn't make sense. If they were smart, they would use a privacy coin, Monero, Zcash, anything else. Why on earth they would use Bitcoin, I don't know. But the payment was estimated to be more than 300 Bitcoin at current prices. Now, the latest high-profile Bitcoin ransom payment will no doubt add to pressure on legislators to act. That's right. We need legislators to act to very highly regulate this scam against the dollar to save these people so these companies don't get ransomware anymore. The FBI, however, this is in the previous one. This was in the Colonial Pipeline ransom. The FBI managed to recover 63.7 of the 75 Bitcoin paid to the firm by another Russian-linked hacker group called DarkSide. Interesting. They recovered it. How'd they do that? Well, the private key for the subject address was in the possession of the FBI in the Northern District of California. How on earth did the FBI get access to the private key unless they were part of the hacker group. It's not possible. It's just not possible. They couldn't get access to the private key, okay? So it's just not possible. And further, from this 300 Bitcoin ransom that just happened, we have Avertis suspects that the FBI likely now controls the remaining 114 Bitcoin of that ransom. The fact that the U.S. government has managed to recover most of the ransom despite it being paid in Bitcoin goes directly against the idea that Bitcoin was supposed to liberate us from government's control, decentralized, and government hands. So this is to do two things. One, for people to lose faith in Bitcoin. Oh my goodness, the FBI has a backdoor to all of Bitcoin. They have all of the private key addresses, unless they're the people who are actually perpetrating these ransomware attacks. Number two, oh, by the way, did you know that the U.S. government is the #1 purchaser of ransomware in the world? That's a fact. You should look it up. Now, they say they do this to research them and to find out, but potentially to do exploits like this. Number two, why on earth would these hackers be using Bitcoin when Zcash is a much better alternative? It's been known about for years. So, this here is very, very suspicious about what's going on. The government is going to push for regulation, saying that, hey, these hacker groups can get paid in Bitcoin, and we need to do that to protect you, the taxpayer. Bullshit, 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 and that's going to get passed and tarnish the good name of Bitcoin. Now, otherwise in news, we have Doge versus Bitcoin. Elon Musk declares crypto space race with BitMEX has begun. This is interesting. So on June 4th, crypto derivatives exchange BitMEX announced it would be supporting space robotics firm Astrobotic Technology in the company's mission to send its first commercial lander to the moon during Q4 2020. BitMEX plans to make the occasion by delivering a one-of-a-kind physical Bitcoin to the moon's surface, recurring to Musk as a Dogecoin protagonist. BitMEX adds, "We've nothing against dog money. We felt it was only right to help Bitcoin get there first. They're putting Bitcoin on the moon. Pretty cool." Elon Musk replied, "A new space race has begun." And I love this guy, Doug Zart's response. He says, "Can we take care of the problems here on Earth before we thrust ourselves into space? While homeless people sleep in the streets and the middle class struggles to get by, what the fuck is wrong with you? Look around, Elon." Yeah, get real, man. So, a lot of bad news recently, today. Good news for El Salvador, volcanic Bitcoin mining. Who's not going to want to take part in that? Bad news, potentially government conspiracies going on here. Big man space race. But good news for the rest of us. So we take a look at the Bitcoin NVT price. The NVT premium here, which is simply the ratio of the market price above of below the fundamental valuation estimated by the NVT price. So basically it's an evaluation of when this green dotted line is above the blue Bitcoin price line. Well, it's below for pretty much the longest that it's been below since way back here in 2015, 2016, and also way back here in 2012. And if we plot out what those 2 points look like, those are these two red rectangles right here. And as we can see, after the red rectangles, there was insane rises. Well, we are having another one of those right now. So it would appear like we might be having an insane rise coming in the future, potentially sparked by this, and potentially sparked by this. So, if you did enjoy that, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at TheCryptoLove. I will catch you later. Have a good one. Peace.